This is 7 National News, and in our top story. The UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has attended the opening session of the World Government Summit. The ruler of Dubai attended the opening ceremony of the 3-day summit along with the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Deputy Ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, along with other senior government officials. Held under the theme Shaping Future Governments, the summit has attracted over 50 speakers and leaders of over 150 international organizations to lead discussions about global challenges and finding solutions for delivering government services. Inclusive governance for ensuring prosperity was among the main topics discussed during the opening session, which also featured a televised address by the US President Barack Obama. During his speech, the US President stated that through commitment to justice and human rights, leaders can support the dignity of all cultural backgrounds, adding that the summit should allow leaders to learn from each other to serve the people. Furthermore, the US Undersecretary for International Trade at the Department of Commerce added, in line with technological advances, nature of governance has changed, with their success now being measured by enabling citizens opportunities to fulfill their potential.
Government exists for one reason: to serve our people, to help improve their lives. When governments truly invest in their citizens, their education, skills, and health, and when universal human rights are upheld, countries are more peaceful, more prosperous, and more successful. Here in the UAE, your commitment to e-government and innovation is improving how you deliver services like healthcare, empower entrepreneurs, and advance clean energy. And the United States, including our private sector, is proud to be your partner. It's a model of the collaboration we need in all our countries. Together, we can ensure that more of our children get the education that prepares them for the global economy, that economic growth is inclusive, and that more communities can do their part to protect our planet. With a commitment to the rule of law and transparency, governments can be more accountable and make it easier for our entrepreneurs to collaborate and turn their ideas into reality.
I am certain that the dialogue over the next few days will improve the work of national governments and multilateral institutions and enhance understanding of the roles of the private and public sectors in improving government effectiveness. And in the process will advance security and prosperity for people all over the world. So thank you and congratulations.
Among the highlights of the summit's opening day included a preview of the Museum of the Future, which focuses on shaping the future of robotics and artificial intelligence while assessing their impact on human life. The museum is currently based at the Madinat Jumeirah for the duration of the summit and offers a unique interactive experience to the role of robotics in the future. A number of prototypes of futuristic technology have been showcased at the museum, with the iShare technology being the most popular, which allows users to share their special moments with their friends instantly via the interactive lenses. Described as an innovation center, the museum is scheduled to open in December 2018. And the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, presided over the inaugural meeting of the Humanitarian Consultative Council, which was held on Sunday. In attendance were His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Zayed Al Nahyan, ruler's representative in the Western region and chairman of the Emirates Red Crescent, Dr. Nabil Al-Arabi, Secretary General of the Arab League, and Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, the Secretary General of the Gulf Cooperation Council. Following the meeting, Sheikh Mohammed launched the Dubai Humanitarian Statement, which reiterated the UAE's readiness to face all regional and global challenges on social, humanitarian, economic and developmental fronts. He stated that inspired by the determination of our wise leadership and the legacy of our founding father, the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, we continue the journey of excellence which enabled the UAE to become the world's largest foreign aid donor relative to gross national income. Sheikh Mohammed underlined the increasingly growing global crises, with 21 disasters taking place last year, including 18 due to conflicts and 3 due to natural calamities. He added that international funds covered only 35% of emergency needs for over 20 million people who became refugees, while 60 million people were displaced around the world in 2015. His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, Chairman of Dubai Civil Aviation Authority and Chairman of the Emirates Group, has affirmed UAE's commitment to offering unparalleled opportunities for those disabled and those with special needs. He noted that Dubai is working to transform itself into an inclusive and disability-friendly city by 2020. He made the remarks in a statement ahead of Accessibilities 2016, the Middle East's largest expo on disabilities and special needs, which will be held in Dubai between the 9th and the 11th of February. His Highness Sheikh Ahmed stated that the expo is aimed at motivating government authorities and private sector players to change their perception about people with special needs and improve their services to meet their needs, integrate them in the society and enable them to overcome their daily challenges. The event will bring together international experts, professionals, exhibitors and decision makers on a single platform to showcase products, services and discuss strategies aimed at enhancing the quality of life of more than 750 million people with disabilities worldwide, 50 million of whom are in the Middle East. The Big Heart Foundation has pledged to donate $350,000 towards UNHCR projects to help displaced Syrian families and children seeking refuge in Lebanon and Iraq. The first $250,000 will go towards UNHCR's Warm Their Hearts campaign that will provide winter aid to over 400,000 Syrian refugees in Lebanon who are in desperate need of support and assistance. The second $100,000 will go towards UNHCR's work in Iraq to help around 300,000 displaced Syrian refugee families living in Iraq and provide necessary aid to help them survive through tough conditions. The UNHCR's Warm Their Heart campaign addresses the winter needs of approximately 463,750 refugees, which is about 39% of the Syrian refugee population in Lebanon. TBHF found a donation of $250,000 will help 417 refugee families and ensure they receive all the essentials they need to survive harsh winter conditions. The campaign will first provide assistance to 100,000 of the most vulnerable refugees and includes assistance in the form of cash and shelter. It will also provide a winter survival kit that includes 5 blankets, 3 high thermal blankets, a heating stove, gas bottle and 4 months of gas supply. In Iraq, TBHF will donate $100,000 to UNHCR's program, which will help around 300 vulnerable refugee families in need of life-saving support. British expats living overseas are being urged to register to vote ahead of the referendum on its membership in the European Union. Whilst the date of the referendum remains unknown, the UK's Electoral Commission has launched a campaign advising that UK citizens should register soon to ensure they are registered in time. To register as an overseas voter, UK overseas residents must have been registered within a UK constituency within the last 15 years. Once registered, voters can choose between voting by post, by proxy or in person if they are located within their local authority area on polling day. The British ambassador to the UAE has stated that there are more than 120,000 British nationals living in the UAE, many of whom are eligible to vote. During the 2015 general election, almost 106,000 Britons overseas were registered to vote, almost 3 times the number that were on the register during the 2010 general election. This, however, remains a fraction of the 5.5 million UK citizens thought to be living abroad. And in other news, the Middle East desert swing of the European Tour drew to a nail-biting close, with Danny Willet eventually grabbing a last-minute one-stroke lead to win the 2016 Omega Dubai Desert Classic. His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, president of Dubai International Marine Club, presented the famous Arabian coffee pot to honour the Englishman as the winner of the 27th edition of the tournament. It was all down to the final birdie on the 18th hole that allowed Willet to end the final round at 69 to finish off 19 under. Drama on the 18th hole started off with Andy Sullivan's birdie to level with Rafa Cabrera Bello at 18 under. However, his celebration was short-lived after Willet's brilliance at the end. Over 43,000 people had flocked over to the Emirates Golf Club over the weekend featuring some of the world's best golfers battling out for the famous coffee pot. Fan favourite Rory McIlroy did have a disappointing result in the opening rounds, though he did manage to recover in the final round to finish off 5th with a score of 15 under. It was all about Danny Willet, who had started off the final round at the top at 16 under, and while remaining ahead for the majority of the final round, he held on to his nerves to register his 4th European Tour title win.
Just a very, very nerve-wracking day, I guess, right from the get-go. We started a bit slow and then got it going in the middle and we kept throwing silly little mistakes in there, which obviously kept letting people back in. So yeah, to birdie the last to win is brilliant. You're just trying to get back on track and obviously trying to just get it back on the next hole. Obviously we hit some good shots down 15 and didn't quite get it going up 16 or 17, and then like I say, yeah, to finish the way we did was just nice to know that, digging deep and you can do it.
It's been absolutely fantastic. The fans have been absolutely brilliant. I've had such a good reception this week. There's, nothing. I probably would have just liked to get over the line, but unfortunately didn't. So a little bit disappointed right now, but, it's second time in Dubai, finished runner-up now, so hopefully come back next time and just try and get one more. Yeah, for sure. I was keen to bounce back after obviously Abu Dhabi being a bit disappointing, and just glad to put my name in the mix there and have a little chance, coming down the end there.
And finally, in the bulletin, the Mohammed bin Rashid School for Communication at AUD has launched its 3rd Original Narrative Annual International Film Festival. The short film platform for students across the globe aims to inspire, recognise and reward up-and-coming filmmakers and takes place at AUD from the 6th to the 9th of February. In collaboration with Dubai International Film Festival, it will showcase 55 films from 30 countries. The student red carpet brought together the new generation of filmmakers, writers and industry professionals. The original narrative competition consists of several categories: documentary, fiction, animation and screenwriting. Alongside the opportunity to write, create films and share their views, it also celebrates the creative process, honouring idea development and the element of trial and error. The jury includes award-winning directors Bethina Kazim of Cinema Akil, Zaina Dekache, Mark CHAVEZ, Skanda Kopti and DEJAN PETROVIC. Shortlisted films will be judged on storylines, sound and image quality, character development and performance. In addition, the 4-day festival will also hold screenings, workshops and panel discussions, aiming to provide a hub for students to network with peers and industry insiders.
It has gained over the last 3 years some credibility, and the word is spread. Everybody knows more or less about it. Now we're having more films, which means that we are able to select more remarkable films from the big numbers that we're getting.
Right.
Like this year we had 600 submissions.
Wow.
And we were able to just shortlist them into 55. I can't memorize all the countries, but definitely we have from the US, from Denmark, from Singapore, from Mexico, Chile, from France, from Holland, from the UAE, from Lebanon, Jordan, Iran. That's what I can remember now.
The opening gala night screened award-winning short film Mariam from acclaimed Saudi director Fazia Ambah. Mariam is the story of a French-born girl with Arab parents who wore the hijab after performing the Hajj with their grandmother, despite a French law banning religious symbols in public schools. This was followed by the unique documentary Growth, which explored the universality of growing up through the eyes of 75 individuals, all shot from an aerial perspective. The 55 student films tackle a wide variety of themes and subjects, drawing inspiration from all over the world. These will be showcased at AUD from the 6th to the 9th of February.
My name is Mark. I am the director of a short film called Horseface. I'm from Calella, it's a village near Barcelona, and my short film is about amnesic guy that is dressed like a horse, and he wants to celebrate his birthday with his grandma.
I'm Tatiana. I come from Barcelona too, and my short film is called Sagnan, Bleeding in English, and it's about a 17-year-old girl who has an affair with his art teacher, and it's a little bit of a coming-of-age film.
My name is Fanny Brata Halim, so I'm Chinese, born in Indonesia. Then I went to study in Singapore, and here I am. Yeah, so I study animation. My animation is about female body representation in media.
I brought a movie here that I made like 1 year ago. It's called From Senses, and it's about people who are deaf-blind, which means they are deaf and blind at the same time. And it's about their journey to life and to understand the world without language.
I made a film with a Mexican filmmaker about 43 missing students of Ayotzinapa, Mexico, and it's more specifically about 3 artists in San Francisco, California, who are raising awareness to, where they're raising funds to support the parents of the 43 missing students.